We believe that the National Guard and the military occupation is the first step into rounding black people up and putting them in detainment camps here in Washington, D.C. and around the United States of America. We believe that.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I'm Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank y'all so much for pulling up and clicking the play button. Hopefully you hit that like button as well, for that is the only price of admission for our live stream. Shout out to all of my blues who have pulled up. Shout out to Sugar Shane, Katarina, Louis B. Fishing. Thank y'all so much for pulling up and helping a brother out this morning. We got a whole bunch of speculation going on with regard to Trump stepping up police force in certain cities that are high in crime. And the speculations are leading to weak assumptions that are making people afraid and scared, the same way they always do. In order to build an army, you got to instill some fear in them. Just like your boy Brandon Johnson, who is the mayor over there in Chicago. Check this out right here. And thank y'all again for pulling up, man. Y'all are dope.
All of this pushback against Trump, knowing how he responds to that, could actually provoke him to follow through with this talk about sending in the National Guard when yesterday he seemed to waffle. Could this make things worse, all this pushback?
Could you imagine if, as a descendant of slaves, if my ancestors would have had that same rationale? Let's not fight against the Confederacy. Let's just try to get along, and then maybe one day they'll give us our freedom. Nowhere in the history of America or the world where marginalized people have sat silent and idle, and they've been able to actually achieve justice and liberation. The fact that you have a unified front in Chicago where we are rejecting the occupation by the military of our cities, that's actually fighting for our democracy. That's what's required in this moment. Leading in this moment takes a great deal of courage, but we stand on the shoulders of so many people that have come before us. We have seen these type of tyrannical acts before. One thing that we know for sure, when we fight back against tyranny, the people united always prevail.
Now, Brandon Johnson is trying to position himself as some sort of a Malcolm X figure, where he's trying to draw false narratives where black people need to stand up together against tyranny. We are in a united front against tyranny all of a sudden. Where was this united front against the gangs in your city? Where was this united front against them? This is like children being in a united front against their parents after they done burned down the house, did a whole bunch of bad sugar honey iced tea at school, and now it's time for them to get their asses spanked. And they're saying, we're going to stand up. We're not going to go for this. This is like the slaves defending themselves back in the day. This is not the same, man. Like, it's man up and take your medicine at this point, because y'all need help, man. And it's not an attack on black people. At least I don't believe so. But Brandon Johnson is trying to draw that narrative. Why? Because when you're a Democrat, this is the best way to rally the troops, to get them going, by speaking about racism, about speaking about black people being attacked, by saying that the government is against us. We got to stand against them. What about these criminals in the neighborhoods in these cities that are terrorizing your people, these taxpayers, these law-abiding citizens who vote for their rights and vote for what they want done in Chicago? These criminals aren't doing that, but you are you're trying to say that we have a united front so that they not come in here and do a great job similar to what they're doing in DC. That makes no sense to me, man. No sense. And I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear none of that. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. We about to get cooking. Thank y'all so much for joining the LFR Family Morning Vantage, episode number 89. We are at episode 89 already. Please let me know one thing that you are grateful for inside of the chat, inside of the comment section. And that's it. That's not for me. It's just for you. It's just for you to practice every morning. giving God, his just due for waking you up this morning, starting you on your way, protecting you and your family from seen and unseen dangers as you slept. You know what I mean? Just waking you up with the ability to be able to walk to the restroom by yourself, use it by yourself, brush your teeth by yourself, drink some water by yourself. You know what I mean? All of these things are important because when you're walking, when you're driving to and fro, handling your business, you pass hospitals that you're not in. You pass cemeteries that you're not in and your family members aren't in. I'm talking about the ones that are currently alive and well. So, you know what I mean? And happy dog day. Happy dog day to all of the dog owners. All of the dog owners, please let me know with the thumbs up in the chat if you are a dog owner. Happy dog day to your pets. I am not a dog owner anymore. I've had dogs before, but I'll tell y'all that story later on because it broke my heart. Every time I think about it, it breaks my heart. We got a good show for y'all this morning, man. We're going to talk about a couple of things. I ran across some videos on X, and I promise y'all are going to really enjoy this right here. But I'm going to need for y'all to like this video and participate in the chat. And I want all brutal honesty if you participate. All right. And as far as trolls, if you're here just to troll, my man got 3 boxers. John Verstraeten got 3 boxers. God gracious, man. Yeah, you got them big dogs. Scott Blakely has 8 rescue dogs. Jeez Louise. Look at this. I have 8 rescue dogs. Love every moment with them. Absolutely, man. See, dogs are a blessing. People don't know. Louis B. Fishing, good morning. Morning show time. Let's get it. Yep, morning show time. Let's get it. Ivan says, I am grateful for all that God provides or what I'm thankful for. The list is too long. He said for what he's thankful for, the list is way too long. Jared has 9 big dogs. Jeez Louise. Jeez. That means you got some land, bro. That means you are blessed with land. Yeah, you got some area for them to run around on and have a good time on. So yeah, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Shane says he got a German Shepherd. Yeah, shout out to all you guys. Charlie 740 says his is a Rottweiler Basenji mix. Okay. I don't even know what a Basenji is. That's my very first time seeing the word. All right, guys, let's go and jump into it. I ain't going to hold y'all for too much longer, but we're going to go ahead and jump into it, gang. Hit that like button. We about to start cooking. And again, this is the LFR Family Morning Vantage, episode number 89. Jesus, we are flying. We are flying, bro. My gracious. Like, it's nuts. This blows my mind, to be honest with you. This is a very long time for us to be doing these live streams consecutively, like in a row. Like, this is dope. I feel great about it. All right. Y'all let me know in the comments whether or not you believe this rant of this black man is justified. I need for y'all to hear him out, and y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments, man. Let's go and jump into it. And my throat is a little sore this morning. I don't know why. I'm not sure why. Maybe I need to drink me some water. All right. So y'all let me know if this brother's rant is justified right here. All right. Let's get it.
I believe Trump is sending the National Guard to these cities because he's getting ready to lock up politicians. This is my evidence. In September of last year, our politicians asked for 2 things. Y'all remember? I made it. Some of y'all do. I made a video. Some of y'all didn't give a fuck. You didn't comment, like, share, or repost. Some of y'all did. You remember? They asked for 2 things: a raise and immunity. And I remember I asked y'all, I said, why the fuck would our politicians be requesting immunity? What could they have done that they feel they would need immunity? Now, remember, Trump vetoed that shit down, right? Now this shit's lining up. He's not dead. No, he's in protective custody. This is why they haven't released his files. This is why. Some of those politicians are tied to stealing money. Some of those politicians are tied to them files. He's a part of evidence. He is under federal watch right now. I believe. No proof. I'm just using my fucking common sense. You deploy the National Guard and you started off with a soft Washington, D.C. But really, you really started it with California and you used illegal immigrants to push it. The National Guard is already there. That's where he's going to lock up the most politicians. Now, what's going to happen is our proof is already in the pudding. They eliminated Jasmine Crockett's position. Our government does a great job at giving us a soft hit. Jasmine Crockett was a soft hit. What they do, they eliminated her position. Guess what they're going to do with her position? They're going to fill it federally. Go look. You might think they're not, but they're going to eliminate the position and they're going to fill it federally. So guess what's going to happen? I see how this shit's going to happen. Now I see how we're getting ready to have a civil war. I see it now because people are going to be like, oh my God, y'all went and locked up Kamala. Y'all went and locked up my favorite politicians. Motherfuckers going to take the streets and the National Guard is already going to be in position. And they doing it. Guess where you heard what he said. He's going to Chicago, New York. They're going to places in Texas to throw you off. Just to throw you off a little bit. They're already in California. Every city they name is going to be a Democrat-led city where they're getting ready to lock up a politician, and it's going to be somebody big. They're already giving us a soft hit. A few motherfuckers just got locked up. Politicians, congressmen. They asked for immunity for a reason. The man is not unalive. The man is in protective custody. This is why they haven't released his files. And I'm telling y'all, Trump ain't in them files. I ain't taking up for him no more. I'm telling y'all for real. But the reason why I say he's not in them files is because the Democrats would have used that shit against him a long time ago. They would have said, motherfucker, you in it too.
I want to pause it right there just for a second. Y'all heard what he just now said? Y'all heard what he just now said? He said Trump is not in them files because if he was in those files, they would have used them a long time ago. Who was the ones asking for the files? Who was the ones asking for the files over the last few years, guys? Y'all already know the answer to that. It was the conservatives. When I was just Democrat minded and I was like, man, why are everybody always talking about these daggone files? Who gives a damn? And the conservatives was like, won't y'all turn over the files? Turn over the files. We want to know everything that happened. We want to see the videotapes of the jail cell. We want to see this. We want to see that. And now it's hush hush. Why? Because they're putting together a case silently. They are silently putting together a case and they are positioning themselves to checkmate their tails, man. They are positioning themselves to checkmate all of these people, man. All right, let's continue.
I'm telling y'all for real. But the reason why I say he's not in them files is because the Democrats would have used that shit against him a long time ago. They would have said, motherfucker, you in it too.
You know they would have.
Blast us, motherfucker, you blasting yourself. They'd have said that shit. Now it makes sense on why all the attempts on his life has happened. Now this shit is lining up to me. This shit's making clear sense to me. Jasmine Crockett lose her position. She's a Democrat. We just locked up several motherfuckers. There's one key name I'm not going to mention because they're going to take the video down. Go look it up. Our politicians asked for a raise in immunity in September of last year. This shit getting ready to cause civil unrest. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be scary because what's going to end up happening is our federal government is going to be so many politicians that's going to be locked up that our federal government is going to have to take control of the state, which means we're going to be pushed even closer to martial law. Martial law is still probably like 5 to 7 years down the road, but it's going to push us even closer, which is some bullshit. But I'll tell you one thing. I sure hope they get that motherfucker Obama. I know y'all love this motherfucker, but as a black man, we can't stand this motherfucker. The one person we had to get in there and try to represent us and give us motivation to try to make sure we do better and look up and say, damn, we can't be president, was him. And this man get in there and give all the rights to everybody that love them alphabetical fucking colors. He gave them all the rights and didn't do shit for black men. And had the nerve. This man had the nerve to get on national TV and call a black man out as if we owed him something.
Not only that, but he had the nerve to get on his wife's podcast and say that young boys need to have a gay mentor. He got on his wife's podcast and he said that young boys need to have an older gay mentor. Why in hellfish sandwiches do you want young boys to have gay mentors? And then he gave his little testimony talking about how he has a best friend who was once his professor that was gay, and he became his mentor, and it worked out for him. That right there, I don't get that at all. I don't even understand why his wife allowed him to come on the channel and say something like that. It's just ridiculous. It's almost like he's pushing this agenda in order to change who our boys are and who our girls are. Let's continue.
So everybody that loved them alphabetical fucking colors, he gave them all the rights and didn't do shit for black men. And had the nerve. This man had the nerve to get on national TV and call a black man out as if we owed him something. He got on national TV and confronted us because we wasn't front running for Kamala. Motherfucker, you know what you could have done? Had you to did something for black men, you could have started a federally program where lawyers were paid to expunge our records. Since we had such a high rate of fucking crime, you could have had them to where they could expunge our records, folks' records who got bad backgrounds, and then when it was time for Kamala ass to go run, she could have had fucking new voters. But now he didn't give a fuck about black men. And they got the nerves to keep addressing us. Now all of a sudden, a young man need to have I ain't even gonna fucking say it. I just don't like that man. I just hope that he on that I just hope he a motherfucker that I see locked up. That'd be a good day for me, cause he let us the fuck down. Did all that shit for all them other motherfuckers and had the nerves when it was time for Kamala to run. You should have called them motherfuckers out. That's what you did something for. You didn't do shit for us, but you got your nerves to get your ass on the stage and call a black man out. As if you had the authority to do so. I don't like that motherfucker. But I'm telling y'all, the civil unrest is on the way. When they start putting handcuffs, I don't know. I'm not telling y'all that Kamala is a victim. I don't have proof that she's done anything, and she probably haven't. There's a great chance that she hadn't, because she was up there talking good shit. But I'm telling y'all, can y'all imagine what would happen if Kamala get handcuffs put on her, and she telling the camera, they set this up, they set me up. Can you imagine how many motherfuckers will take the streets? How many women? Now I understand why Trump is why he putting the National Guard in place. Now I see. He getting ready to lock up politicians. This is why the motherfuckers asked for immunity last year. This is why they start selling their houses in Washington, D.C. None of this shit is a coincidence. Folks, we just got to use our common sense and stop being stupid. That's all we got to do.
And I agree with the fact that all of them ended up getting immunity. They all wanted immunity. They all wanted immunity from something. Why do you want immunity if you're innocent? Please tell me inside of the chat. Should somebody want immunity from something if they are innocent? I get it covering your tail. I get it wanting to make sure you're okay in the event that Sugar Honey Iced Tea hits the fan. But for the most part, do you believe that these people would ask for immunity if they were innocent? Also, my second question, do you believe that Obama is gay? Thumbs up, thumbs down. That's it. Do you believe that he is a part of the LGBTQAI plus community? I will believe that before I believe that, Michelle is Big Mike, but I'm sure a lot of you guys already have your thoughts on that. I don't believe that Michelle is a man because I used to look at her back pockets when she was very first the first lady. You know what I mean? I was like, man, we got a first lady in the White House with a fat back pocket, but apparently her back is bigger. Like, she got a strong back. I mean, she looked like she hit very hard. She looked like she hit extremely hard. But yeah, you don't ask for immunity if you are innocent or didn't cause any harm when they vowed not to. I agree 1000%. Who did Obama help? My best year since 2006 was 2020. Every other year has been crap. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of thumbs up. You guys really think that brother is he's gay. All right, so that boy queer as long as the day is long. Queen me, no. Just because you looked at her back pocket doesn't mean she's not a man, because they definitely look better than women these days. Let me tell you something. I have great gaydar. No, I don't. I don't know. I'm not that great. I probably was fooled. Hopefully I wasn't, but my gracious, I hope I wasn't. I hope I wasn't fooled, man. I hope I wasn't fooled. For real. Like, that's just crazy. That's just nuts, man. Let me see. Van, they can do some good work. Look at RuPaul. Ah, good Lord. Good Lord. Van, I suggest you look into that. Big Mike. Nah, man. Listen, maybe I think that's something that I don't want to believe, because, I voted for Obama. Obama is still like, I mean, you got the picture of Jesus, you got the picture of Dr. King, and you got the picture of Obama in black households. And that's what it is. And right now, I know Joan Rivers said what she said. I don't know her, and I don't trust her. Like, even though she's RIP, I believe has she passed away? I don't want to give her a rest in peace if she passed away. I mean, if she hasn't passed away, if she hasn't transitioned. But I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. This brother, in my opinion, do you think that his rant was justified? Do you believe his rant was justified? Please let me know that in the comments, because this is absolutely wow, man. And I'm grateful to hear regular people spitting about real situations, because the regular people are the ones that will give you the unadulterated truth. Unadulterated truth, regardless. So I'm appreciative of that. All right, next up, we got this guy, right? This guy is he's a teacher. This guy's a teacher, and he's a trans teacher. I want y'all to hear what he says. He teaches his students
to form the next generation of world leaders.
This is what he teaches his students. He teaches his students to be trans. He teaches trans agenda. He punishes them if they are not. And this is not satire. This is actually a teacher. This is actually a teacher. It's not satire. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. Here we go. Put my picture up there. Okay, here we go.
Elementary school teacher, and I work to make all of my students become transgender. As an educator, it is my responsibility to form the next generation of world leaders, and I believe that the future of our world rests in the hands of trans youth. At the beginning of every morning, we recite our Down with the System pledge, study trans history, and practice using pronouns that are different than the ones that were assigned to us at birth.
Now, hold on. He said his job is to make sure that he lifts up a nation of trans youth. Every single morning, they recite their down history pledge, because they don't say the same pledge that we say, the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And this dude is saying that he teaches his students to be trans, and he also punishes them as well if they're not doing what he's asking them to do. Check this out.
To form the next generation of world leaders, and I believe that the future of our world rests in the hands of trans youth. At the beginning of every morning, we recite our Down with the System pledge, study trans history, and practice using pronouns that are different than the ones that were assigned to us at birth. If any student ever misgenders another student or refers to themselves as cisgender, they are held back from recess and given additional transgender lessons.
Y'all heard that, right? Y'all hear what he said? Anybody that identifies themselves as a cisgender student, they are held back from recess and punished. Teachers are bold nowadays. They can just get out there and say, no, I'm going to teach my kids what's wrong. I'm going to teach them everything that's wrong with this world, but I'm going to teach them to be a part of that, not to go against it, but to be a part of what's wrong. This is absolutely insane, man. This is absolutely insane. And what do you say? They recite their down with, what's it called? They study trans history. What the hell is trans history? What the hell is trans history? And they recite the down with system pledge, down with the system pledge. All right. This is what they're raising kids up to do.
Pledge, study trans history, and practice using pronouns that are different than the ones that were assigned to us at birth. If any student ever misgenders another student or refers to themselves as cisgender, they are held back from recess and given additional transgender lessons. I'm an elementary school teacher.
So
And I work to make all of my students
and they're given additional trans history lessons. Inside of the chat, I want y'all to see. Well, never mind, because a lot of people were just sending this bad boy somewhere and never even said anything. Is this still one of them topics where we're supposed to be afraid to communicate about it? Is this still one of those topics? Because I do know that as a content creator, if you speak too much on this topic, then you can be flagged. It could come off as if you're bullying a community of people. And I don't want to bully anybody, but at the end of the day, I want to be able to speak truthfully about a topic without feeling like I'm walking on eggshells, because this is ridiculous. Mama, why isn't he fired and parents not fighting for it? Because they don't mind. Like in certain cities, if this is in California, they don't mind. They're going with the flow. If this is in Maryland or DC, they don't mind. They're going with the flow. Like them parents aren't going to say anything. I mean, if they do, they'll say something to the teacher, but they're not going to send it up the chain any further. Why? Because then they'll have to change their political ideology. Because right now what's being fed to the Democrats is that this crap right here is next up. This is to be protected. This is where we are right now as a country. And it's sad. It's scary. This is scary, bro. I'm just thankful that my children are older now. Now, when they start having grandbabies, when they start having children, you know what I mean, then that's when it becomes a little heavier. You know what I mean? I got to figure out how to protect them as a grandfather, but my gracious. So I don't know what streets, knees, bucket, necks mean, but that sounds a little harsh, but it might be necessary. So I'm gonna leave that be. All right, moving on to our next topic, man. And thanks again, guys, for pulling up, clicking the like button, being a part of what we got going on. I really appreciate it. You guys are absolutely dope. All right, so the mayor of Baltimore got into a heated exchange with Laura Ingraham. She felt disrespected because Laura Ingraham mentioned that they were in a deficit in Baltimore and they were stretching their resources to look out for kids who wanted to participate in a Democratic event in Washington, D.C. And I want y'all to see how this conversation went. This is absolutely phenomenal. And hopefully you guys pick up what this lady is putting down. This is a dope conversation. Laura Ingraham, she got busy in this conversation. I've never seen her like this before. But y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Hopefully, when they get to Washington, D.C., they'll be able to express that interest as well.
But, okay, I understand that point, Mayor. I'd like you,
our city,
with all due respect, Mayor, I'd like you to answer this question. Mayor,
what is the question, Laura?
My question is this.
I'm listening, Laura.
You are suffering in Baltimore, as many other metropolitan areas are as well. It's not unique to Baltimore, but nevertheless, you're suffering from declining enrollment. You're suffering from a huge budget deficit. While your office is adding 20 staffers,
budget deficit.
$130 million budget deficit for education in this fiscal year.
Yeah, well, that's not our entire city budget. So I thought you were talking about
your
the
schools.
City.
We're talking about you're funding buses in part to go down to Washington, and yet you have a budget deficit and you're laying off students.
Straight, love. I don't know whether you're trying to become the communications director for the Trump administration.
I don't know why you're getting personal, Mayor. I don't know why you're getting personal.
We're not funding. We are providing assistance to young people to make sure that they get to Washington, D.C. safely.
But
That's
why
what
is
we're
that your
going to do
job?
on
Why is
behalf
that
of the
your
city.
job as the mayor of Baltimore, to assist student activists?
Because
Are you doing that for the March
that's
for Life
exactly
next
the reason.
January?
That's exactly the reason why I'm doing it, because I am the mayor of my city, because I care about my children. I want their voices to be heard, and we're going to make sure that their voices are heard in Washington, D.C.
Have you done that for the March for Life,
I'm very
Mayor?
excited.
Have you done that
No,
for
I
the
have not
pro-life
done it
march every
no,
January?
Actually, the pro-lifers didn't reach out to me. The young
So
people
you would
of
fund
our
them next
city
January?
and our country, the children of our city, of our country, reached out to me. They came down, and we offered to assist them so that they can get to Washington, D.C.
Okay, so you're not
their
spending any
voices
money?
can be heard.
So all the
Because we
reports on the
have too many-
$100,000 is
Because
false?
we have too many assault weapons in this country. We have too many children being
Okay, so you're
killed.
just not
We
gonna
have
answer
too many
questions.
people being killed in the streets of our city.
Okay.
So we're excited for them,
All right.
and certainly grateful
are
to
you,
you for
Mayor,
allowing
are you
us to be here this
concerned
evening.
about the fact that 13 of the 19 Baltimore high schools have 0 students today who are meeting grade level
I am concerned
proficiency in
about
math?
every single individual who lives in my city. I'm concerned about our schools. I'm concerned about the fear that exists among young people in this country, in
Right,
my
isn't that
city,
a bigger
who are
problem,
fearful
though?
for their
Isn't that a
lives.
bigger problem than training student activists?
There is no bigger problem than having people killed by assault weapons in this country. There's no bigger problem than parents who see young people being killed. There's no bigger problem than people's lives being lost
Okay,
because
so
we have
as
weapons
the
of
mayor-
destruction on the streets of our
let me
cities,
just understand
in our
this. As-
state, and in our country.
as the
And
mayor
we want to
of
make
Baltimore-
sure. And we want to
Yeah,
make
as-
sure that that doesn't happen. We want to make sure that this country understands
I got it.
that violence is not the way.
I got it.
Assault weapons should not be given to people, and
Right, you-
background checks need to be done.
Okay,
and
so Mayor,
you should
just
be
so
21
for our
years old
audience,
before you're
I know you're
allowed
doing
to
a
do
soliloquy,
that.
but Mayor, just so our audience understands, in the future, since you think this is important for students' voices to be heard, if conservative students
think
or
it's important
pro-life
for all
students,
of
can
our
I just
voices
finish
to
a
be
question,
heard.
please? If pro-life
Yes, dear.
students go to you and ask you to provide transportation or support for attending conservative marches because they want their voices heard, will you as mayor of Baltimore support those efforts as well in the education process or just for the student activism process?
Let's be real clear. If the private sector wants to provide buses for individuals to go protest anything in this country, they are willing to support that. Just like the NRA supports all of their
Okay,
issues,
so
I
you're not
support the
spending
right
any
of
money?
young people to have their voices heard in
Okay.
this country.
Okay, so
Let me pause it right there, guys. So I don't know if y'all understand exactly what she just now did. She asked, because she's sending a whole busload of young people to DC so that they could protest for Democrats. And Laura Ingraham is saying, you also have conservative students in Baltimore County as well. What if they want to protest pro-life? Anything, protest something that's conservative in DC? Would you support that? She essentially said no, but if a private organization wanted to support that, I will be okay with it. Also, whenever she's talking about these students, she did not even want to cover the fact that majority of the students in Baltimore are performing way beneath grade level. And she said, I care about all of them. And then she goes to the assault weapons case, because, you know, whenever you forget about kids shooting each other, forget about these young adults shooting each other on the corners, forget about them robbing citizens and all those other things and carjacking citizens. We don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about assault weapons. Let's talk about banning assault. This is the same argument that Kamala was given. This is the same argument that the Democrats always give. They go straight to the NRA. They go straight to who's buying these assault weapons. Are assault weapons killing most of the people in Baltimore? The answer is hell no. The answer is hell no, they aren't. But for some strange reason, in order for them to skate around issues that they don't want to be held accountable for, and they should be held accountable for, especially if they're mayors, but they don't care. They just want to keep that gravy train rolling. They want to keep that money coming in. And regardless if they're in a deficit or not, they are going to treat themselves like the queens and kings that they believe they are. I want y'all to listen to what she's doing with the money. They are $135 million in debt in Baltimore. But I want y'all to listen to what Laura Ingraham is about to say to her about some of the money that she's spending. Her focus is completely off. They are firing school teachers, but they are fattening this lady's pockets. They are building up her organization inside of her office. Listen to this right here, guys. And thanks again for tuning in.
This country, they are willing to support that, just like the NRA supports all of their issues.
So you're not spending any money?
Young people to have their voices heard in this country.
Okay, so Mayor, are you saying tonight no money is being spent?
To be able to go. I'm saying that there'll be money spent to make sure that our young people get to Washington, D.C.
Okay,
safely.
so that's my question.
Absolutely.
Government money.
The buses
when you guys
free.
are bleeding teachers are being fired. Personnel are being laid off. You just hired 20 new people, including a new marketing director in your office, which is great. I'm sure they're going to do a great job. We're getting teachers laid off, personnel laid off, and you're shuttling students down to a rally. That just does not seem to make sense.
We hired 22 people to take care of the homeless on our streets. We hired people to take care of our neighborhoods and our communities. No, we did not. A public affairs
okay, that
director.
story's wrong too. There's a lot of reporting apparently that's not true. You're not spending money to send kids down.
I think you would know about that.
You're not getting a marketing
all the time on television stations, on radio stations, and here on Fox
I think
TV.
it's so cool.
I came here so that I could share with you what's happening in Baltimore. We're very excited.
Baltimore has
about
been under liberal leadership for how many years?
Washington, D.C., and we hope that you'll be there so that you can welcome them there and you can hear their voices, because we believe that the voices of young people in this country
the problems in Baltimore have been going on for years and years and years under liberal leadership. It's not Donald Trump's fault. It's not Donald Trump's fault that Baltimore has this high murder rate. Not Baltimore's fault.
I think you brought that issue up. I didn't bring up the issue of Donald Trump. I'm talking about Baltimore City and the need for our children whose voices want to be heard.
Right.
We want
the kids would like to learn, would they not?
We want to make sure that illegal
so the only thing you're
guns
teaching them
on the
is
streets of our city.
Okay.
We want to make sure that assault weapons aren't on the streets of our city. We want to make sure that no more murders happen in any of our schools.
Needed, but we're going to send them down to protest.
Over 300 shootings in our schools.
Right, and that is the fault of the Maryland government. It's not the fault of the national government.
All these kinds of things
liberal
that people
policies
should not have in their hands. And you may want to call it liberal, but we talk about
who's been running
safety,
the city?
protection
Have conservatives
of our young
been running
people.
the city?
We want to make sure that our country is safer. We want background checks.
Oh yeah, well,
we want to
if you
make sure that
want to be safer, don't.
She's trying to filibuster the conversation by just talking. We want to make sure, we want to do this, we want to do that. What are you actually doing? Not what you want to do. I mean, you can't run a country off of wishes. You can't run a city off of wishes. They didn't vote you in so that you can continue to wish. You are years in as the mayor. What exactly are you doing? What exactly are you doing? You said over 300 people have been shot inside of your schools. What the hell type of city is that? Don't nobody want to live there. Nobody. And Laura Ingraham is actually right. She says that you're training up people to be protesters. You're not really protecting them. You're not really taking care of them. You're supporting young people growing up to be protesters, to protest against conservative ideology.
Spend a lot of time late at night on the streets of Baltimore.
You should be 21 years of age, and we want to make sure, Laura,
Mayor, we appreciate
our country is safe, and we look forward to seeing you on
I'll
March
look forward to seeing you at the march. Let me say, I'll go to that march if you come to the March for Life. That's a good deal.
This interview.
Now, the reason why I had to show that, because hold on one second. Listen to what this brother says. This is dope.
It was a great glimpse into the mind of the kinds of people that are running these Democrat cities into the ground. The former mayor of Baltimore, you see her deflecting every question, can't give a straight answer to Laura Ingraham, and you see her cognitive dissonance to all of these issues that are plaguing her city, and her refusal to admit that there are solutions outside of the Democrat narrative to these problems. So no, banning law-abiding citizens from owning firearms in your city is not going to stop gangsters and thugs from mowing each other down and robbing stores and doing stuff like that makes up most of the violence and homicide and murders in your city. I mean, this is kindergarten level stuff. Do you really
See, here's the problem, man. These people will blame Trump and assault weapons for people being killed in a drug game. Like, people are being killed for drugs. People are being killed for their own property. I don't want to give you my car, so I have to die. I don't want to give you my watch, so I have to die. I don't want to give you my phone. I don't want to give you my book bag that has my laptop in it. I don't want to give you my necklace. I don't want to give you my shoes, so I have to die. And they're saying that the problem is assault weapons. The problem is making sure that people are 21 years old or older before they buy an assault. They always say the same sugar honey iced tea. Why? Because they don't point at their own people who are committing most of the crimes. They don't care about that. It's foolish. It's like they're automatically in protection mode where they want to make themselves look good. And in order to make themselves look good, they got to paint a false picture, a false narrative of their city and try to act like we're boo-boo the fool, like we don't know what the hell's going on. No, we're paying attention. You don't have to live in Baltimore to see what's happening at all. Do they have great opportunities there? Yes, just like any place in this country. Like, this country is dope. Like, we live in an amazing country, especially compared to most other countries. Our country is amazing, bro. A black man saying that our country is amazing. He's a sellout. He's an Uncle Tom. He's a bootlicker. He's a this. He's a that. But the fact still remains that it is what it is. Like, this country is amazing. But it be these politicians who are always trying to cover their own asses, and they're not trying to be honest with what's going on in the world. And they're shooting themselves in the foot. She just now hired a marketing director. She just now hired 20 more people for her office. 20 more people for her office. And she says, we need those people to help the homeless. We need those people. Well, what about the teachers? You guys didn't have enough money in your budget to keep your teachers. You're letting them go, who are supposed to help these students, but you're building up your own. Come on, I don't get it. I really don't get it. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. My next story is I came across this video of 4 young girls. They look like they're about 12, 13 years old. Very young. They go into a Houston smoke store. It's a cigar store, a smoke shop. They went to a local smoke shop with guns. 12, 13 years old in Houston. They go in there with guns and they rob the place. Question. Just write it in the comments. What do you think would have happened if the shop owner had his gun and he would have shot 1, 2, or 3 of them? These young black girls. What do you think would have happened? Do you think that they would have blamed the shop owner? Do you think they would have blamed conservative policies for the fact that you can carry a weapon, you can carry a gun, and it's supported in Texas? Or do you think they would have actually blamed these children and their parents for allowing them to be able to do what they did? This right here broke my heart, man, when I saw it, because they're so young. And while they're stealing and while they're robbing the store, they're giggling like, we're getting away with it. I can't believe it, guys. We're getting away with it. And they got on hoodies, but they don't have anything to cover their faces or anything. It's like, this is our first robbery. Yes, we're doing it just like the boys do it. Check this out, man. This is absolutely insane. And again, guys, thank y'all so much for pulling up and clicking the play button and joining me for the episode for Morning Vantage episode number 89. y'all see the little look. Watch this. Hold on 1 second. Look at them. They stepping over each other. They smiling. They just loading up their bags. They got their guns. Like they playing cops and robbers. If the store owner actually had a gun on him, them young ladies, they don't know how to shoot. Them young ladies, they don't know how to handle no damn weapon. They know how to pull the trigger and aim just like anybody else. But a man who is trained to protect his store would have started firing on them. This would have been a national catastrophe. 3, 4 young ladies get shot dead in a store trying to rob it. That would have been a national catastrophe. It would have been a protest. It would have been a march. Benjamin Crump would have came out of no daggone where, trying to represent the slain. The parents would have came out of nowhere talking about they got tough lives and they don't have money to go to school. They need to pay for it some type of way. This is always the case. I saw somebody say that they don't have a father in their home. Let me tell you something. Whether the father is in the home or not, he should be helping to raise his babies from afar. Kerry Emerson says, as a Texas gun owner and 4 adult children, gun safety starts in the home. Gun discipline and respect is also taught in the home. If parents don't have this, how can they teach it? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But just like anything, being a parent is on the job training. If you don't have that teaching, then you don't have that teaching. You just don't have a gun in the home. And then when you're ready to educate yourself, when you're ready to make sure that your family are responsible enough to carry a gun or to operate one, then you buy one for the home. But until then, you keep the guns out of your daggone home. Because when you become a gun owner, you have to educate yourself. Why? Because these bad boys kill people. They kill people. These are little ass girls coming up inside of a store, just walking around. Look at them. Look at them. Look how she even picked the gun up. She picked the gun up. One hand is holding the bottom of the barrel, the other end of the barrel. The other one is at the is at the back of the daggone handle. Look how she's holding it. Look how she grabs it and pulls it out of her daggone her hoodie. And then the other one follows suit and pulls out one. Like, come on, man. These little girls can't be older than 14. This is horrible, man. This is horrible. And the sad thing too, girls be robbing guys all the time. They be setting guys up all the time. Like, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Pray for these daggone people. Pray for these youth. Pray for these youth. This does remind me of the Jim Carrey movie where he was robbing the store for the first time. They had to pay the bills and they threw on some hoodies and they went up in that bad boy. I mean, I get it. When times get hard, you gotta do what you gotta do. But come on, bro. Come on, man. These kids are robbing the store for fun. This is just something that they want to do for the day. And they say, you know what? Let's go in here and do it. And they did it. Check this out. For anybody keep on saying they need a father in the home, look at this right here. I was a single mom and my girls grew up to be responsible members of society and raised their children the same. We are gun owners with training. This is called being a parent. This is called being a parent, man. If you were a gun owner and you saw this happening and this was your shop, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Would you have shot them? Yes or no? Would you have shot them? Or would you have said, oh man, I don't want to, I'm just going to call the police. I'm not going to treat these babies like this. These are just babies. Just a thumbs up, thumbs down. Ginger said, pop, pop. Could you imagine what would have happened? No, just called the cops. It's the culture. You would have let them get away. Most people would have just let them let me call the police, man. I'm not going to fire on them. These are girls. These are little girls. This is nuts, man. Okay, guys. In other news, apparently, so a young lady was unalived. A young lady was shot. She was in a road rage incident, and apparently, this young lady favors the young lady from the American Eagle jeans, ad. What's her name? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find this story right here. All right, so this story right here is a little sad, but I'm gonna pull it up for you guys. All right, so apparently there's a GoFundMe out for this young lady right here. She was pregnant, and she was in a road rage incident with a man and everything, and the baby was able to survive. She was shot in the head. She was shot in the head when the man just fired shots at her car. All right. And apparently they were able to save the baby that was 27 weeks. She was 27 weeks pregnant and she was in a road rage incident. This is the guy right here that shot her. All right. This is a Tickfall man who has been arrested after authorities say he shot a pregnant teenager in the head during a road rage incident in, I don't even know how to say that, Tangipahoa Parish. Barry West is his name. He's 54 years old, and he was booked into Tangipahoa Parish jail on 4 counts of attempted second-degree murder, 1 count of illegal use of a weapon and obstruction of justice. The sheriff's office said Monday. Authorities say Barry West shot a pregnant teenager in the head during a road rage incident. This is freaking sad, bro. How are you so upset? How are you so upset while driving that you shoot somebody in the damn head? You're so upset while driving that you just start shooting at the person's car. This is insane, bro. This is insane, man. Now somebody's baby girl is gone forever. Somebody's husband, father, uncle, their brother is gone, all because he wanted to shoot somebody in the damn head. This is sad, bro. This is sad. But I doubt this will be on MSNBC. Why? Because y'all already know what happens. Y'all already know what happens. When the shooter looks a certain type of way and the victim looks a certain type of way, it doesn't really make the news. I wonder why that is. So yeah. Yeah, that's sad, bro. That's just sad, man. That's just sad. Let me see. All right. Let me see here. Apparently, JD Vance bossed up and did something amazing, but we're not going to rap about that. All right. Let me see here. It was something else that I wanted to share with you guys. What else? What else was it? What else was it? Wow. I don't know, man. Ladies. I have a question for y'all, man. This is a serious question. Is it? Do you know any women with a back like this? Is this really her back? Is this AI? Like, is this fake? Is this really her back? Because this is something right here. This is a sculpted back. This is a boxer's back. This is definitely a boxer's back. Like she boxes. She does MMA. That's a sturdy back right there. Definitely a Ray Lewis back. Yeah. I still don't believe that this is no Big Mike situation, but this is a back. I ain't got no back like that. Let me know in the comments if you do have a back like this. Pause, man. I just want to know. Whether you're a woman or man, let me know. Thumbs up if you got a back that's sculpted like this. If not, this is crazy. Like that back right there, she does at least 200 push-ups a day. Yeah. It's okay. First of all, the real Dundada. I wasn't watching, just randomly watching Back Pockets. It was just, you you got the first black couple that runs the White House, first black president with his black wife. She come up in there with her black mama, you know what I mean, and their daughters. And you're going to check her out, be like, man, she built like a black woman. She's, you know what I mean? Maybe. That back is built like a black man. That's a black man's back, but she definitely is. Okay, let me stop. Let me get off of it because this is crazy. Like, because she makes her husband look small in this joint. And I get that she has on heels and everything, but the heels don't make her back bigger. Like, she got back and she got guns. Like, she got a gun show going on. That is a refrigerator lifting back right there. You can depend on a wife like that to help you move couches. You can definitely depend on a wife like this to help you move some couches around the home. Yeah. Like when you changing out an alternator or an engine, you can definitely use a woman with a back like this. This is let's get outside and change the engine out by ourselves, babe. Let's do this today. We're going, with a back like that, you and your wife can cut down trees and move them out the way with no problem. Yeah. And honestly, low key, I think y'all hating on her back. I think y'all hating on her back because y'all can't get a back like that. Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, that's what that is. You're hating on her back because it's a black back. All right. I seen this yesterday. I wanted to play it, man. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. Apparently, they were showing Trump so much love, and I want y'all to listen to what this young lady says. She gives a testimony, and I thought this was so dope.
My name is Iris Tao. I'm a White House correspondent for MTV, the sister media of the Epoch Times. So more than 2 years ago, it was a Saturday morning in broad daylight. I was on my way to work, and a young man with a black ski mask pointed a gun in my face and threatened me to hand over my phone, my wallet, my laptop, and everything else. And when I refused, he used the butt of his handgun to strike me across the face, the cheek, or what some people call pistol whip me, before running away. And that has deeply traumatized myself and my family. Ever since, I've never dared to walk in the street of DC at night ever, and my family was extremely worried. So, Mr. President, thank you so much for what you're doing right
Thank
now.
you for being honest.
Such incidents involve not just me, but also my family. If he had shot me, I could have died right there in the middle of nowhere without my families or my friends knowing at the age of back then, I think 23.
Right.
Just starting my career here in DC without even starting a family. But now I'm very blessed to have this opportunity.
So you had a gun pointed at your head, and you probably figured that he's going to pull the trigger because these are animals that don't know what the hell. They couldn't care less. The pulling the trigger to him is a very minor event, and I'm sure he's done it before. So how did you? And you did refuse to give it, which would probably, maybe somebody would say that was not the right decision, right? But you refused. But I understand that. So and then he hit you real hard.
Yes.
It's really amazing that you weren't shot. That was.
I'm very blessed, and that's why having this opportunity to stand here to share my story today. One, I'm very grateful for God for allowing me to still survive to this day, but also to Mr. President. Thank you for now making DC safer.
Thank you very much.
For us, for our families, for my parents, on my behalf of my parents, and now my baby on the way. Thank you so much.
Aww.
There are other reporters and journalists, good people, and you don't have to say it, but that have also been attacked violently, and not violently too, pretty badly. But and I bet you see a big difference in the streets right now. And this is only 12 days, but people are telling me they're going out to dinner now.
Now, did y'all hear what she said? She said that she's currently pregnant right now. She's pregnant right now. To God be the glory. But it could have gone another way. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying. She is pregnant right now. But it could have gone a completely different way. She was just walking the streets of DC. And let me tell y'all something about DC, just in case y'all don't know. If you've never lived in DC before, if you've never been here for weeks on end or months on end, DC is a beautiful city. There are parts of DC that are just so amazing. It will blow your mind. It really would. There's a lot of money flowing through DC, through this area, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, because look at all of the politicians who live here, all of the lawyers that live here, all of the business people that live here. Like, it's the nation's capital. There's a lot of opportunity. So a lot of these people, they want to enjoy their city too. They want to walk. They want to walk their dogs. They want to enjoy the landscape. They want to go to different restaurants that are within walking distance. They want to catch the trains. They don't want to be accosted. Like, everybody here is not from the hood. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm from 3rd and Livingston Road, but that young lady, she's not familiar with no 3rd and Livingston Road. She probably not familiar with the high school I went to. But the have-nots go to where the haves are to rob them for what they have. Because, and just so y'all know, most times robbers don't want to shoot you. They don't want to shoot anybody. I mean, some of the new ones do because they got this new gun and I want to see how it works. But most of these criminals, they don't want to go to jail. And if they do go to jail, they want to go to jail for something small. So robbing a young lady and smacking her in the face with a gun, I'm not going to do too much time for that. She's not going to die. It's not going to be all over the news. So yeah, I'm going to threaten to shoot her. But if she don't give me what I want, then I'm just going to try to scare her again and that type of thing. So that's what's really going on. But I love the fact she told her testimony. In her testimony, she told the truth. She was like, he tried to take my stuff. I told him, no, I'm not giving you my stuff. And he pistol whipped her. And then he ran away. We still don't know if he ran away with her stuff or not, but her standing her ground, that could have been the thing that saved her life. Because sometimes when you just give in, That right there tells somebody that, oh, it's more to take from this person. I'm so afraid. Just take whatever you want. Sometimes that's not the right answer. Sometimes you got to show these people that you got some heart. You got to show them. But I'm not trying to put anybody in no positions where you will be hurt or anything like that. It's just unfortunate that we even got to have this conversation. It's unfortunate. For real. Now, are some kids going to be harassed? Hey, let me look in your bag. Let me look in your pocket. What you got over there? Are you holding something? Why all y'all walking over here? Y'all supposed to be in school. Why y'all out of school? Yeah. Some kids that aren't doing anything, they're going to be harassed. But guess what? It's necessary. When I was younger, there were truancy officers. Police would chase us to get back in school. If we're not in school, they will be chasing us. I remember those days. If you're not in school by a certain time, then you better hide out somewhere, because if a police see you, he can arrest you for truancy. And not only will you get in trouble, but your parents will get in trouble too for allowing you to just roam the streets during school hours. So this does happen. So the fact that they're tightening their belts and trying to make sure that everybody are where they're supposed to be, because now that school is back open, and in Maryland, they just now started going back to school yesterday. Schools are back open. There's going to be a lot more activity. There's going to be fights. There's going to be robberies. There's going to be stabbings. There's going to be shootings, because these kids have been talking trash to each other all summer over the internet, and they can't wait to see each other's faces so that they can do whatever they've been threatening to do to one another the entire summer. And now we're here. But this dude has cleaned up DC. He has. And a lot of people are pissed, and some people are appreciative. I'm talking about some people are saying, yo, I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm just not as upset with y'all as, I'm not upset at him for what he's doing, because now I feel safe. Some people don't feel like just going with the flow, going with the motion of things. At some point, someone wants to do something about the debauchery that continues to weigh us down, continues to bring us down. And I'm one of those people, man. I want my sons and daughters to come home safely every single night. That's what I want. When you have children, when you have people in your life that you care about, you want them to come. My wife works down in DC. She drives in the office probably like 2 times a week, but she works in DC. She parks and she has to go up to her office and stuff like that. And I want her to be safe. So all of this, yes, crack down, make people afraid to commit crime. Why aren't people afraid to commit crime? Why aren't people afraid to just walk up to somebody with a gun, realizing that there are cameras everywhere and they don't care? They don't care, man. So yeah, man, it's shout out to the young lady for giving her testimony. I thought that was absolutely dope, and congratulations to her for having her baby. Also, I don't know if y'all heard about what's going on in the UK. The UK is going off the rails right now. Check this out right here. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. And this is why you need to, whenever somebody's talking about safety of our country or safety of our nation and whatnot, or safety in comparison to other countries, here's what's happening in the UK. The UK is experiencing record numbers of migrant rapes, and the police are doing nothing to help. Teenage girls have resorted to defending themselves from being assaulted. They're now walking around with knives and whatnots themselves. And what do the police do? The police are arresting the girls for trying to defend themselves. The police are arresting the girls. This is nuts, man. This is nuts. Here's the reported rape statistics across Europe. In Poland, 590 women. In Denmark, 2,831. In Spain, 2,870. In Belgium, 4,600. In Italy, 5,000. In France, 38,094 women were raped. In the UK, 73,000. Britain is now the rape capital of the Western world. This is nuts. And now that women are arming themselves with knives because you can't carry guns there. You can't carry guns. They need a two-way out there. That's what they need. They need a two-way out there. But they don't have that. Whenever you're talking about how better off people are in other countries in relations to ours, you need to consider this right here, this stat right here. Women should be protected, man. And when they try to protect themselves, allow that. This is wild, man. They got all types of daggone, all these pictures and AI generated photos. This is nuts, man. What does this say right here? The first guy posted racist comment on Facebook. He got 15 weeks in jail. This is in the UK. He got 15 weeks in jail for posting a racial comment on Facebook. Sold anti-immigration stickers. He got 2 years in prison. This dude repeatedly raped a 12-year-old girl. He got 180 community hours with no prison time. Y'all understand? Y'all see what's going on, man? He repeatedly, a 12-year-old girl, and got 180 community hours with no prison time. This guy posted a racist comment on Facebook, and he got 15 weeks in jail. This guy is selling anti-immigration stickers, and he got 2 years in prison. It's like they're rewarding this behavior, man. This is absolutely insane. This is insane, man. This is nuts. This is nuts. Why are they going out of their way to do this to the girls, to the women, though? I don't know what the racist post is. Now, see, Jared Dupree, I like what you said. He said, when you let the third world in, this is what happens. But doesn't the government, doesn't the people who are currently running the country supposed to protect their citizens? Like, regardless of who you letting in, shouldn't we protect our people? When Biden opened up the border for all these different countries to come in here, when they committed crimes, should they have received a slap on the wrist simply because they was from third world countries? No, they should be treated like they're from here. Get their asses beat, get locked up, and then get sent back to wherever they are with the guarantee that they will be arrested there. And if they're not arrested there, then, hey, we're going to have a harsher sentence here to make sure that they understand you don't just do that, especially not here in our country. Damn that. Also, I'm hearing that Cracker Barrel is back, guys, so that y'all can have something to get excited about. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to play this for you because this looks interesting. It says, Justin, President Trump says it's insulting to say 600,000 Chinese students shouldn't come to America, and that if we kick them out, our university system will go to hell. He said, we're getting along very well with China. It's very insulting to say students can't come here. They'll go out and build schools. They'll be able to survive it. I like that their students come here. You know what will happen if they didn't? Our college system will go to hell very quickly. We check, we're careful, we see who's there, but we have a tremendous college system. That's why China sends them here. Call it an industry if you want. I'm honored to have the students from China come here. I thought that he didn't show any respect or regard to other nations. At least that's what they're trying to say. At least that's what they're trying to say. Check this out.
Look, we're getting along very well with China, and I'm getting along very well with President Xi. I think it's very insulting to say your students can't come here, because they'll go out and they'll start building schools and they'll be able to survive it. But I like that their students come here. I like that other countries' students come here. And you know what would happen if they didn't? Our college system would go to hell very quickly. You'd have, and it wouldn't be the top colleges. It would be colleges that struggle on the bottom. And you take out 300,000 or 600,000 students out of the system. I like having, and I told this to President Xi, that we're honored to have their students here. Now, with that, we check and we're careful and we see who's there, and Marco wants that. We spoke, we're in the same position. But we have a tremendous college system, the best in the world, nobody even close. That's why China sends them here. And you can call it an industry if you want, but you're talking about millions of people. And I'm honored to have the students from China come here. And we're just getting along very well with China. And
we're getting along very well with China. I thought this brother only liked white people. I thought he only cared for American white men, to be specific. But he seems to be involving everybody to help make this country great. Maybe he isn't the fascist that y'all want him to be, because it serves your narrative. It serves your purpose, which is to make people stale when it, for Trump, and make people join to your way of thinking. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely nuts, man. Ban Cracker Jacks, a white warmongering sailor. He must go. Shout out to Yankee Jeff, man. What's going on, brother? Shout out to Yankee Jeff, man. Hey, Joey, that could be an issue. It seems like certain people he wants to be friends with, certain people he can care less about. A lot of the stuff that he's doing in DC, he don't care about making no friends with that. Bringing the National Guard into Chicago, he don't care about making no friends with that. Bringing them into New York or California, what friends are he trying to make? Right, other than the friends he already have who are conservative and want to see things come back the way that they're supposed to. When he does those type of things, it seems like he's going out of his way to create enemies, and people have an issue with him. They think that he's trying to start a civil war or something. All right. Okay, so that is the show for today. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. I really appreciate it, guys. Y'all are absolutely amazing. And shout out, we just now had another member. We just now had a member get the course yesterday. I want to make sure I get their name right. So we just now had a member get the course yesterday, and their name is, where is it? Where is it? I just now pulled it up yesterday. I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. Let me put it. Yeah. Martha. Shout out to Martha. Shout out to Martha. Martha, thank you so much for pulling up, getting the course. We really appreciate you, man. I'm excited by it. I look forward to working with you. And for anybody else that's thinking about doing content creation, make sure you holler at me so I can collapse your timeline of, trying to grow your fan base and all those other things. And if you have questions, then you have an amazing amount of people who are doing some great things inside of our coaching course. We will be meeting today at 11:30 a.m. EST and 8 p.m. EST. So if you are trying to learn something with content creation, I will say grab that course and join us over there. All right. Join us. All right. A lot has been picked up over here. Queen B. What's going on, Queen B? Shout out to Queen B, one of my members. She says, wow, been here like 5-6 years now. I love you, Van and LFR family. Lord, I love you back, young lady. Y'all make my days brighter. Thank you for being my family. Thank you. I appreciate it, and I pray all is well. Don't know exactly what you were going through, but I pray that you're doing better right now. And also, guys, I pray that I hope you can lift me up in prayer as well. Next time you say a prayer, pray for me. All right. Pray for Van, Coach Van Senior, LFR family, however you want to pray for me. But just if you could, that would be appreciated, because a brother can definitely use some prayer. Thank you, Queen B. I pray all is well. Katarina, shout out to Katarina. Thank you for everything you do, Van. Love the Morning Vantage. My heart melts, man. Shout out to you guys. All right. All of my blues that helped out this morning, y'all are absolutely amazing. Everybody who contributed monetarily, thank you so much. Everybody who contributed inside of the chat, just with conversation and keeping the engagement going, thank you so much. If you haven't answered the poll yet, please do so. It looks like 479 of you answered the poll. Hopefully we have that many likes on this live stream. If we do not, please bump them likes up before we get up out of here. If you did not like the live stream, please do so before you get up out of here. All right. So the poll reads, in a perfect world, I would be rich and wealthy. 28% of you said that. Exactly who I am right now. 68% of you said that. In a perfect world, I will be black. 2% of you said that. Who said that? I want to know who said that. I know it's a poll and I'm not supposed to say that. I mean, I'm not supposed to find out who answered black. I want to know which one of you answered black. And 2% of you said in a perfect world, you will be white. I also want to know who answered that. If you're not afraid, if you're still here anyway. Somebody said in the perfect world, I will be black. I want to know who said that. Yeah, nobody's going to daggone say that. Let me know that they said that. In a perfect world, I would be black. Or in a perfect world, I would be white. I want to know. I said exactly who I am. Yeah, I know you did. I know you did, Renee. I want to know who said in the perfect world they would be black or they would be white. Let me see. Loved and cherished always wasn't an answer. It's a white boy's summer, proud to be white. All right, so I ain't gonna wait no more. Love y'all, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. And check out this post right here. Make sure y'all let people know YouTube Coach is on deck. Peace, gang. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.